In this video, we will show you how to adjust the door on an L&L EL front-loading kiln. You will need 2 strong people for this process. Before starting, place a lantern inside the kiln to help check for gaps. Make sure that the door is supported from underneath. For this purpose, we are using a pallet jack and a 4x4, but you could also use a car jack. Slowly raise the jack just enough to snugly touch the bottom of the door. Start by loosening the side bolts on the door hinges. We are using an impact driver, but you can also use a socket or crescent wrench. You only need to loosen by a few turns, just enough to be able to move the door. Move the hinges on the left side of the kiln as far forward as possible and re-tighten to hold them in place. There should now be a large gap on the hinge side and none or little on the right side. Check for any light leaks to ensure that the door's right side is sealed. Adjust the clasps on the right side until the door is tightly closed. Moving back to the hinge side, loosen the hinge bolts again and pull the gap closed by hand. Use a bar clamp near the bottom hinge to ensure the door is tightly sealed, and make sure the hinge is level before retightening the bolts. Move the clamp towards the top hinge and repeat the process. You may need to slightly loosen the bolts on top of the door itself to ensure the hinge is level when tightening. Tighten the hinge bolts on the side of the kiln before tightening the bolts on the door. Be gentle when removing the support and opening the door. Hold the bottom as a precaution while you carefully and slowly open the kiln. This part is delicate, so make sure you have a strong person holding the door. Ensure that there is clearance between the brick door plug and the floor of the kiln. They shouldn't rub against each other, as this can cause damage to the brick. If there isn't enough clearance, start the process over and raise the door higher. If the clearance is good, close the door again and check for light leaks all around. If there are no leaks, you know the door is sealed. That concludes this video. For more kiln maintenance, repairs, and tutorials, be sure to visit L&L's website at hotkilns.com.